I wanted to show you and everybody to be prepared for Easter, to be able to celebrate together as a family. One of the most important things in public health is that if you are getting together as a family, we do ask that you continue to mask. Make sure you try to stay socially distanced as well as being safe and having fun with the kids in celebrating Easter, and hard-boiled eggs, of course, who wants to do that, and also making sure that everyone stays safe. So in order for that to happen, it starts when you go to the store. We always like to tell people if you can have a bag or something to keep things cooling. Something as simple as this, that you put your eggs in, you put your condiments in, like cheese and eggs or anything like that, or even milk. And one of the things people don't even pay attention to, because it's so routine now for eggs, is that inside each carton, or either on the outside, is a safety notice to tell people that the eggs can cause some type of illness. Usually that is salmonella. So a lot of times people just overlook there is a safety notice on egg cartons that's either on the inside or out. And the purpose of that is once you pull eggs out, we ask that you wash your hands. You know, a lot of times you pull eggs out, you'll put them into the pot, and you don't wash your hands necessarily. You'll put them into the pot and go and do other things. After you have boiled the eggs and you made them all nice and pretty, we ask that they only stay out for 2 hours, 2 hours at a time. If you are hiding them outside in the backyard for the kids to find, make sure that once they do find them, that you check, inspect that they're not cracked, that they weren't stepped on. Make sure that they wash their hands again, because during those instances, you want to make sure there's no cross-contamination and they're not putting the dirt or anything that was in the yard on the eggs and causing any issues. Also keep in mind that this is a yard that's free of animals. We don't want any other accidents to come about with that, so just make sure you're putting them in a good place. The other thing to keep in mind, when you have eggs and you're ready to get them out, after they have cooled, just make sure you have something to make sure that they are able to either air dry, if you can, again, within an hour or two, or you are putting them into a bowl to cool as well. So we want to make sure we do that. And again, you're handling something that has now been cooked and processed, so we're not recommending to put them back in a carton. Instead, to have a bowl that they can go in and stay in, okay? That is the best way to make sure that you are reducing cross-contamination of any kind when handling food that is already processed. The other thing to keep in mind, once you have had that wonderful Easter meal and you've done the eggs and you've had a great time, the kids have found them, and you say, we only did that for about an hour, and we want to put them back into the refrigerator or use them for something else, you most definitely can. During that time, make sure that you properly cool it, and you have options for you can do deviled eggs or even an egg salad. What we ask for this is to make sure, because you are repurposing it, that you use it within 3 to 4 days, because we do count day 1 of the eggs being boiled and processed as a day that it was actually cooked. So make sure that once you repurpose it, that it is within 3 to 4 days. The other thing, when storing eggs in your refrigerator, you want to make sure that they are stored separately. Again, you don't want eggs, any type of cross-contamination, probably milk or anything else, to impact the integrity of the eggs. So just make sure in general that you do keep eggs separated. Also, your refrigerator should be 41 degrees or below at all times. With these two products here, because again you have repurposed it, it will be ideal again to only allow them to stay out for 2 hours. Again, we want to ensure that you are not doing anything that will promote foodborne illness or anything of that sort. And we want everyone to have a good time when handling this. I would suggest and remind to everyone, because this is COVID pandemic season, that either one person serves the meal, the food to the person, and not having multiple people reach in with a spoon and try to grab it. So just want to make sure everyone stays safe and adheres to all the social distancing. And that's all I have.
Quick question, does eggs have